Shadow of a brother. The sun beat down on Jericho Gulch like a blacksmith's hammer, forging the dusty streets into an inferno. Jebediah Stone, a man as tough as mesquite and silent as a desert owl, squinted at the shimmering horizon. His gut churned like a rattler in a tin can. Comet, his prized palomino, was gone. Vanished like a tumbleweed in a whirlwind. Jeb's gaze drifted towards the gaudy new saloon, the Golden Garter, its painted ladies and raucous laughter a jarring contrast to the usual somber quiet of the Gulch. Silas "Snake Eyes" McGraw, the saloon's owner, was a slick card sharp with a smile as fake as a painted desert sunset. He'd arrived a few weeks back, promising prosperity and a good time, but Jeb smelled a skunk in the woodpile. Now, with Comet gone, his suspicions burned like wildfire. "That sidewinder McGraw," Jeb muttered, his voice rough as gravel. "He's got something to do with this." He found Sheriff Hayes nursing a lukewarm beer in the saloon. "Sheriff, my Comet's gone missing. Last I saw him, McGraw was eyeing him up like a hungry coyote." Hayes, a man worn down by years of dealing with desert dust and desperados, sighed. "Jeb, I know you and McGraw ain't exactly two peas in a pod, but I need proof, not just suspicion." Jeb's jaw tightened. "I'll find proof, Sheriff. And when I do, McGraw'll be St. Soprano." His search led him to Dusty Rose, a fiery-haired saloon girl with eyes that could melt glacier. "McGraw's been bragging about a new stallion," she whispered, her voice husky with fear and cheap whiskey. "Said he won it in a card game." Armed with this information, Jeb confronted McGraw. "I know you stole my horse, McGraw. Return him, and we can settle this like men." McGraw laughed, a sound like dry leaves crackling underfoot. "You got nothing on me, Stone. Besides, that palomino's mine fair and square." But Jeb saw the flicker of guilt in McGraw's snake-like eyes. He knew he was close. Days turned into weeks, the search leading Jeb through treacherous canyons and ghost towns, each clue a breadcrumb in a trail of deceit. He finally found Comet in a hidden box canyon, guarded by McGraw's men. A fierce gunfight erupted, the echoes bouncing off the canyon walls like thunder. Jeb, a crack shot and a master of the terrain, fought like a cornered mountain lion. Just as he gained the upper hand, a voice boomed across the canyon, stopping him cold. "Jebediah! Don't shoot!" It was Old Man Johnson, a grizzled prospector who lived like a hermit in the hills. He stumbled towards them, his face etched with shock. "That ain't just any thief you're fighting, Jeb. That's Silas McGraw, your brother." The words hit Jeb like a lightning strike. Memories flooded back, a childhood photograph, a whispered argument between his parents, a brother sent away. He stared at McGraw, the resemblance undeniable despite the years and the bitterness that twisted his features. McGraw's face contorted in a snarl. "Pa always favored you, Jeb. He sent me away, left me with nothing. Now, I'll take what's yours, starting with that horse." The revelation fueled McGraw's rage. He lunged at Jeb, a knife glinting in his hand. They grappled, their struggle a whirlwind of dust and desperation. The fight led them to the edge of an abandoned mine shaft. With a final, desperate shove, Jeb sent McGraw tumbling into the darkness. A chilling silence fell over the canyon. Jeb peered into the abyss, his heart pounding like a war drum. He'd won, but the victory felt hollow. He'd been forced to fight his own flesh and blood, a shadow from the past he never knew existed. Suddenly, a cry pierced the silence. Dusty Rose, who had followed Jeb, emerged from a hidden tunnel leading into the mine. "Old Man Johnson showed me a way down," she gasped, pointing to a figure huddled in the shadows. "He's alive, Jeb, but hurt bad." Jeb stared at his brother, broken and defeated. He could leave him there, let the darkness swallow him whole. But something held him back. Maybe it was the faint echo of a shared childhood or the realization that revenge wouldn't fill the emptiness inside. He lowered himself into the mine shaft, the darkness closing in like a shroud. He would bring McGraw back to Jericho, not as a conquering hero, but as a brother finally brought to justice, a brother who had lived too long in the shadow of their past. As he hauled McGraw out, he knew this was just the beginning of a long and difficult journey, a journey towards understanding, forgiveness, and maybe, just maybe, a chance to heal the wounds that had festered for so long. If you are enjoying adventures in the Old West as much as I enjoy writing them, feel free to hit the subscribe button for future posts. Also, if you have any ideas or suggestions for a great Western storyline, please feel free to inbox me.